This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through your Forest River Salem 27 RKS. The year is 2020. I'm on the door side walking towards the rear. So you have a regular dorm style refrigerator here. The blue sprayer with the coiled hose fits into this spray port right here. Okay. You have a LP quick connect hose. You see you got a quick connector right here. Let me see if I can get a shot of it. This end goes on your griddle, and the male end goes to the quick connect on the bottom of the trailer, which I'll show you in 1 second here. Let me pull this out here. Okay, so the quick connect will go on this right here, the one that's on the end of the hose, and you can come down here to right here, and that's where you hook the other end to. Now this does have a valve on it. Right now the valve's open, but it goes like that to close it. Okay, and you should always have this plug in it when you're traveling to keep the road to keep the road gunk out of it, like so. Okay, while we're down here, you have 4 scissor type stabilizers that work with a crank or a 3/4 inch socket drill attachment. It comes with the socket drill attachment, but this has an added feature. The yellow device here is called a strong arm. So the thing to know, that you can loosen this or tighten it with this handle right here. You always want it loose when you're going up and down with the stabilizers. Once you get it in the down position, the trailer's stabilized. You don't lift the trailer with it or anything like that. You're just taking the wiggle out of it. Then when it's down, then you'll tighten this up so it keeps the trailer from moving forward and backward. But when you're bringing it up and down, when you're cranking the scissors up and down, you'll always want that open so it travels freely. Okay. All right. You have one on each corner, of course. All right, so you have a power awning with an LED light strip. Outside speakers, that's just your furnace output. You have power here. Now this here is the filler for your freshwater tank. You have a freshwater tank on this trailer in case you're camping on a campsite without plumbing. If your campsite doesn't have plumbing, you can pre-fill this tank and then use the onboard 12-volt pump to pump your water. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be using the city water connection, which is on the other side of the trailer. I'll show you that when we get over there. But for those times when you don't have plumbing on the campsite, you can use this option. Okay, your steps fold right into the trailer. If you're on uneven terrain, you can adjust the legs by pulling this pin out here. You can see it, and then you can slide them up and down to adjust them. All right, this here is a hookup for a solar panel. It's just for a solar panel that charges your battery. So if you were to purchase one, this one happens to be a Furrion, it would plug into there and you could charge your battery. It doesn't run your trailer or anything like that, it would just charge your battery. Okay, so this is the drill attachment for your stabilizers, and this crank here is in case your power tongue jack fails. This is the power tongue jack here. You would unscrew this cap and you could put that crank right on there and crank it manually. Okay, you have 2 tanks, a deep cycle marine battery, and a kill switch for the battery. So you're always going to keep the battery connected unless you go into storage for a period of time. All the other times you're going to have the battery connected, the switch in the on position, because your tow vehicle will charge the battery, your power converter will charge the battery when you're plugged in, so you always want to be connected unless you're in storage. Okay? All right. Now I'll open up this side. This is your pass-through storage. We're just on the other side. I want to show you that this is your hitch here. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We're going to show you how it works when you pick up your trailer. But if you ever need to refresh your memory, you can always go to their website and follow the links to their hookup video to refresh your memory. All right. Okay, so I mentioned the city water connection is the most common way to hook up your water. That's right here. Most of the time you'll be using that. Now, let me walk to the back here. These are your dump valves for your black tank and gray tank. 2 gray tanks. Let me walk back here just to make sure I'm not missing any valves. Look under here. Nope. Okay, so they're all in one spot, which is cool. All right, so get down here. So this valve, this gray valve, goes to the back, right? So this is a rear kitchen. So this would be your galley gray tank. They call it a galley tank a lot of times, but it's a gray tank. It'll be referred to as gray tank number 2 a lot. And then of course this one here, you can see where it goes this way. That goes to your bathroom, sink and shower water, okay? And then your black tank valve is for toilet water and waste. Okay, so now they're all closed. So you would hook your hose up here, put the other end in the dump station. Then you're going to dump the, let me see if there's any water in this one. No. So you would dump the, let's do this right here. So actually, you'll dump the black tank first, okay? And you wait till it's dumped. Then you're going to dump the gray tanks second, all right? The reason you do it in that order is because the gray water is cleaner than the black water, so you dump it second. Now if you leave, after doing all that, if you leave the valve open, you can come over here to your tank flush, which is right here, hook the hose up at the dump station and turn it on, and it'll spray the inside of your black tank out, clean the black tank even better than just dumping it, and it'll clean off your sensors. So it's a good thing to do, but like it says on this sticker here, you always want to make sure that you have the black tank valve open before you turn the water on there, okay? So, pretty straightforward. Pretty much the same procedure with every trailer. Slight variations on it, but it's the same thing. You got a 30-foot, it's either 25 or 30. Here, let's look. They used to always be 25, but I know they've been shipping 30s more and more, and I don't know which is which unless hopefully it says here. It does not. Anyway, it's either 25 or 30 feet, and it's a 30 amp cord. Okay, that's just cable and satellite through to the inside. This is your water heater. Okay, this works on gas and electric. Let me get your extra keys off here, please. Okay. The thing to know about this is this switch right here. I'm trying to get it because of the sun. I'm trying to get a picture of it here. Hopefully you can see it. Let me move it around a bit. There, you can sort of see it there, right there. It's an on-off rocker switch. That powers the electric heating element that's behind this cover right here. So to run it on electric, that switch has got to be in the on position. Always make sure there's water in your tank before you turn it on. You can never run it dry or you'll damage either the heating element or you'll damage the tank, or, you know, it has to have water in it. Now this also works on gas. The switch operates on gas, or the switch to operate the gas is inside the trailer. I'll show you that when we get inside there. This is the drain for it. It's an 1/16" socket, so you can pull that plug out. It's got an anode rod attached to it. It's very long, but you pull it out and that's how you drain the tank. All right. Okay, so one other thing, or two other things. This is the range hood vent here for the range hood over your stove. Now if you're going to run the fan on the range hood, you want to free up the baffle here so it flaps freely. Otherwise you're going to just push it and lock it shut, okay? The only time you're going to have it open is when you're using the fan. Also, this housing up here tells you it's pre-wired for a backup camera. You want to get the Furion camera that fits in that housing. We sell them here if you're interested. Either way, wherever you buy it, it's got to be the one that fits inside there, okay? Also, while we're looking up, you have to inspect your roof. It's very important. So you're going to have to go on the roof a minimum of 3 times a season. You figure in the spring and in the fall, and then once in the middle of the summer, you're going to go up there and you're going to look around or have somebody do it. Check all the sealant for cracks and separation. Some years, sometime when you go up there, it's going to need to be touched up. That's why you're inspecting it. So keep that in mind. It's very important that you inspect your roof, and the side, any place you see caulk from the factory on the side of the trailer. Very important. Okay, we're still cleaning the inside here, so we'll kind of work around things here. All right, so like you see, there's every light will have a button in the middle also. This is your control panel here, your monitor panel. So the slide out is operated here. You can see it's in the L position right now. You just hold your finger on the button until you hear the ratcheting noise, whether you're coming in or going out. As soon as you hear that ratchet noise, you take your finger off the button. That means it's all the way in or all the way out. The awning is the same. There's no ratcheting sound, but you send it out or in here. Hold your finger on the button. You can tell it's all the way out. It goes out 8 feet basically. And you'll be able to see the awning tube. The fabric will roll completely out and you'll see the awning tube. That's how you know when to stop. All right. Lights. That's your awning light there. That's an inside light. Your water heater on gas. Remember I told you the electric switch was in the lower left-hand corner outside. If you want to run it on gas, most people run it on electric because they're paying for the electricity at the campground and they don't want to use up their LP unless they have to. They want to save that for cooking now or heat if you need it. So keep that in mind, but there's got to be water in the tank before you turn it on. All right, the water pump right here. You'll use this water pump if you fill your onboard demand tank, your fresh water tank. That's how you'll pump the water. You also use this to draw antifreeze into the system. I'll show you roughly where to find the connections for it. Also keep in mind you have to bypass your water heater before you pump any antifreeze into the system, because if you get antifreeze into the water heater, it'll leave a really foul taste and smell that won't go away. So they give you valves on the back of the water heater to bypass it. I'll show you where to find them when we get over there. Also, your monitor panel, your battery is totally charged, although you always want to check it when you're not plugged in. Your fresh water is empty. Your black tank is empty. As it fills up, it'll go 1/3 increments. Each light will light up as it goes. After you get past 2/3, you're going to have to think about dumping your black tank or your gray tank. So I said there's a gray tank here. That's your shower and vanity water. The galley, which is the second gray tank, is your sink water, your kitchen sink water, or your galley sink if you prefer. All right. Also, this is the thermostat here. You're just going to push the mode button once to light it up. All right. We're on cool right now. Cool low auto. You always want to be on auto if possible. So cool high auto. That's very common. Heat off. Fan, which is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. Back to cool. Like I said, always choose auto when you can. Okay, and then off. We're going to leave it back on here though, because I don't want to. We'll go to high auto because it's hot, hot, hot. Okay, so I just want to tell you that there's always a delay when you select like a water heater or the furnace. There's going to be a delay, so it's not going to turn on immediately. There's like a 5-second delay or something like that. So keep in mind that there's going to be a lag time. All right. So this is your sound bar here. Comes with a remote. Okay. Basically, you could hook up. You could stream off this USB right here, video and audio. So you can put all your favorite albums on one little mini USB drive and take them all with you. You can hook up wirelessly with Bluetooth. You can use your phone or your tablet. You can stream audio or video. Okay. This HDMI is an in. So let's say you have your TV hooked up here. There's a backer here. You have your TV all hooked up, and it's run through your system here. If you have like a game machine with a built-in Blu-ray player, for example, you could set it right here, and you got power here. And you can go straight into it this way because this is an in. So that would go into the system. You can also pull this off and patch it from behind if you wanted, permanently. That's up to you. But there's a lot you can do with it. Also, you have 2 zones. Zone 1 and Zone 2 are speaker zones. Zone 1 is inside the trailer. Zone 2 is outside the trailer. So there's a lot you can do with it. It should do everything you need when it comes to camping anyway. Then you have a fireplace here, which is a space heater. There's a remote for that too. Let me see if I can find where I put it. Probably in the bag here. Anyway, it's here. I'll just do it manually here because I don't want to waste our time looking for it, what I did with it. Alright, so basically it says H there. That's the fan speed. Right? So you can change the fan speed. That's off, that's low, high, that's fan speed, of course. You can change the appearance of the fire. You know, there's a, let me get it back. There's a timer on it. So there's a lot you can do with it. It's a really good space heater. So, you know, on the cool mornings or evenings, you can run it without using up your LP that you normally would use with your furnace. So you can just take the chill out and it'll be comfortable in the living area here. So it's just another way, plus like you're paying for campground electricity, and this runs on 110 AC, so it's a good thing to have. Also, just so you know, this is the signal booster for the digital antenna. You can shut it off, but if you're hooked up to it over the air antenna, you won't get a good signal unless this is on. Alright? What they're telling us here is this is pre-wired for Wi-Fi, meaning there's a plate here with wiring, and then up on the roof there's another one. So it would have an antenna and a router that sits here that would wire into this. So basically what you do is create your own network inside the trailer. The antenna part of it is a signal booster for public Wi-Fi. So if you're interested, we do sell this. You can talk to our parts people. You can also go to kingconnect.com and they will, or you'll be able to see what products they make. I think there might be 3 different versions. You want the one with the antenna. It's got to have the antenna on the roof or it's kind of pointless. So keep that in mind. That's what they're telling us by wired for Wi-Fi. Alright. This sofa jackknifes flat to turn into a bed. You could take the poles out from underneath this table and drop it down onto these cleats here, and it becomes a bed also. So there's 2 more beds there. We got recliners. Let me go this way. The bathroom, the main thing to remember about the bathroom is the toilet has to have chemical and water in it to use it. That's the bottom line. So what you'll do after you pull into the campsite, you hook up your power, you hook up your water, you'll come in here and you'll take your chemical, whichever chemical you use. You'll read the directions, find what 1 dose is, and you put it right in the toilet there. Then you'll step on the flush pedal, which is over here. Okay? Water will come swirling out, and you'll stand on the pedal till you put about a gallon of water in there, maybe 2, but at least a gallon of water. You can't tell from the monitor panel what a gallon is, so you just have to use common sense. Yeah, that's about a gallon. The important thing is you got to have chemical and a little bit of water in there to get started. Anytime you start with an empty black tank, like if you were to dump it, for example, and stay on the same campsite, after you dump it, you'd come in and repeat that procedure. Chemical and water. Alright? You can't use it dry, that's the bottom line. Also, when it defaults, it flushes, it only fills up to here when you flush it. So there's a point where you can step on the pedal and it'll activate the water valve without opening the trap. So you can fill it up as full as you want, but you have to do that each time before you use it. Okay? Also, you have a fan here, so you really want to, I'm going to shut that off because we've got the AC going. I'm going to do that right now, but you want to run the fan with the shower, because these things are built super tight these days, and you want to pull that humidity out so you don't get any kind of mildew started. You got a big closet, which is unusual for an RV these days. Also, you got hook up here for there's a TV backer, plus you got antenna and power. I just want to show you your escape window while we're here. Basically, to escape, if you have to get out, you're going to go like this. You're going to push this all the way through, right, all the way through. Then you're going to grab hold of this tab and pull the screen out, and out you go. Alright, so also there's storage underneath here, under the bed. That's kind of a foot locker setup. Alright, we're making progress here. I'm going to move over here to the galley section. First of all, let me get some light here. So, let me get some light here. So this device here is a power converter. It converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC, right? Everything that can run on 12 volts in an RV does. Some things have to be AC power, like the microwave, or the air conditioner. So you see you got regular household type circuit breakers here, 110 AC, and they're labeled. Then the power is converted down to 12 volt DC over on this side. You got 12 volt fuses and they're labeled. If any of these fuses blow, a red light will light up. You'll actually see it through this tinted plastic here, right here. So you know a fuse had blown. Also, when you're plugged in, this is a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery needs, and if it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs. If it's charged, it'll just trickle a couple up there to keep you keep it charged all the way to the maximum. So you always want to keep your battery on. Like I said, you never shut the battery kill switch. The only time you're going to shut it off is when you're in storage for a period of time, and you don't want the battery to drain in storage. The reason it would drain in storage with all the lights shut off is this right here. This is the carbon monoxide and LP gas detector, right? If this is hardwired to the battery, so even if you shut everything off in here and you put it into storage, this will continue to draw power. So that's why you have the kill switch on it. All right, so while we're talking about this, it should always be green. There's a self-tester on it, so you know right there. It'll go through 2 self-tests, one for gas or LP gas, one for carbon monoxide. Coming up, and then back to green. It should always be green like that. If it goes off, you want to take everybody outside, shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on. Also, if it beeps very slow, the same beep but very slowly, it's telling you your battery is low. So keep that in mind too, because that throws some people sometimes. They don't know about that function. So if it's beeping very slow, it's telling your battery's low. All right. Okay, so you have your range here. Got a nice modern commercial look to it, even though it's... Okay, so here we go. All right, I think the gas is on here, so we'll try it. We'll go to high, which is same as light. Then we turn the sparker clockwise, so you can see it lit back there. Works for all 3 burners, right? Now the oven is a little different. But down here, the bottom, all the way to the back is a pilot light. If you can see it spark, see it spark back there? Okay, so you're going to go to the flame, you push it in, you go to the flame, which is pilot. Hopefully I caught that on the camera here. I'm all over the place with this thing, sorry. You push it in, depress it, and hold it, right? So then while you're holding it, you're going to spark it. And keep an eye under here for it to light. And once the pilot light lights, you're still going to be holding this, still depressing it. You go for another 10 or 15 seconds after it lights, then you go to whatever operating temperature you want, and it'll cycle on and off like an oven does. But when you turn it off, the flame goes out, obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight it each time you use the oven. Okay? All right, so. Okay, back on my feet here. The microwave works like any other microwave. Remember I showed you the vent on the outside with the baffle in it? If you run the fan, like so, you want to have that baffle open. You got a light here. Okay, so, if you take these screws out here, there's 4 screws here, right underneath the oven. They're all number 2 square-headed screws. You take them off and you can see the back of the water heater. On the back of the water heater, there's going to be valves called bypass valves. Right now this is in camping mode, so it's ready to go. But before you winterize it, if you do it yourself, and you don't know this, you may know all this stuff already. I'm just assuming that you don't, so I don't miss anything. But you're gonna bypass the water heater. You have to look into how to do that if you don't know, but it's not difficult. Before you put any antifreeze in there, or while there's antifreeze in the system, it always has to be in the bypass mode. To draw the antifreeze in, between your 2 recliners, here's another panel. It's even got a sticker on it here. There's a winterizing kit. So you take out these 2 screws, and there'll be a line with a valve on it. The valve will be inside there. The line comes out and it'll go into a gallon of antifreeze right here. So you take the line, put it in a gallon of antifreeze. Then you would turn on your water pump and it'll draw the antifreeze through the system while you winterize. The thing to know, there's a valve that will select this hose, this winterizing hose, over the line that goes down to your fresh water tank, right? In normal mode, it's going to draw, when you turn on the pump, it'll draw water from the fresh water tank. You can turn this valve to the other position and it'll draw through that line. Therefore, you'll draw antifreeze through the the winterizing line. Okay, I know that's kind of hard if you if you haven't done it before to understand, but if you look at online videos, get an idea. It's very simple. You just have to do it once or twice to understand it, but this is where you would draw the antifreeze into the system. Okay. All right. I think we've gone through everything. Let me look around. Let me see here. Yes, yes. So keep in mind, there's a, oh, also your refrigerator works on 12 volts. It's a 12 volt compressor style refrigerator. People like these more than the gas absorption because they're so much larger. They're so much deeper. You got more cubic feet. And so it's 12 volt compressor, so when your tow vehicle will be, the alternator in your tow vehicle will be charging the battery, and it'll be drawing off the battery to run it while you're pulling it down the road. When you get to the campsite, like I told you, the power converter will convert AC down to DC power, and you'll run your refrigerator that way. It's a good system. It's getting very popular. All right, and also keep this lock like this, otherwise your doors are going to open during transit and bang on the slide room and dent them. Okay. All right, so I think I've covered everything. I'm looking around here. Okay, so you can talk to us and we'll talk you through anything we can. Plus, if you have issues, you make an appointment with us and we'll take care of any issues you have. You're under warranty for a year minimum, so keep that in mind. Also, you have to inspect your roof 3 times a season, like I told you. Very, very important. Every trailer has to be inspected. You always bypass your water heater before you get any antifreeze in the system. Okay, that's important too. So, one more thing in this packet right here. There's a manual for every appliance in this trailer and many of the components. So there's tons of information. You can go to online videos, manufacturers' videos are the best way to go because they're accurate for sure. So I guess that covers it. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer at National RV Detroit, and have fun camping. Thank you.